Is it on? Is it on? Say, baby, can you take my picture? Hey, is it on? Is it on? Shout out to T.S. Madison. What is going on? It is June 15th. It's Father's Day, and I would like to share something that I wrote probably about a few years ago, maybe 3 years ago or so, that I just felt like sharing. Hopefully, you guys can get into it and appreciate it because here it goes. And I'll explain the inspiration behind it afterwards. Actually, there's no name for it, it's just some words that I kind of had wrote down. But anyway, it reads. When I think of him, I think of what a man should be, what a man should strive to be, you know, one who pulls out chairs, open doors, and stop the stares. I think of chivalry, honesty, and fidelity. I think of how they seemed back in the 20s. They were leaders, providers, and protectors. They didn't beat us, divide us, nor disrespect us. They carried their titles with dignity, honor, and pride. There was no shame, yet any flaws they had enough smarts to hide. 'Cause we all know no one is perfect, yet they strive to be. Not like today, how unmanly acts are swagged for the world to see. Now, I'm not saying there are none left on this galaxy, but if we don't hold us to what we all know us to be, then soon there will be none for real. And I'm just stating facts. I ain't even begin to touch upon how I feel. See, they say if you knew better, you do better. Well, baby, my knowledge augments in so many ways, each and every day. 'Cause see, I learn from the best. And as far as the rest, well, I learn from them too. Damn, Zay. Zay texted me while I'm recording this. Well, I learned from them too. It's all about maintaining a good balance. It's the hymns that we know that love to take on any challenge. You know, like the responsibilities of another, helping to raise seeds that did not come from his baby mother. When I think of him, I think of the ones that moved with love in his heart, but didn't feel the need to make you try and notice him. Say y'all like a Emery Alexander Roberson, which just happens to be my great granddaddy, whom I never had the pleasure of personally meeting, but please don't get it twisted. I knew him. Just check my upbringing. Understand, he lives in throughout his offspringlings, Addie, Emery, Effie, Emily, Marie, Teresa, Arlene, and Tyrone. And yes, a big family, but bet he took care of his home. And they say behind every, but not behind, they say beside every good man is a bad, shut your mouth. 'Cause Emma Kate Roberson had that big mama clout. She was my heart. But everyone who knew her, they knew. You just walked up to that building and pushed that buzzer, looked up to the window yelling, "Hey Ma, it's me!" How she would get her string and let down her key, let yourself in, run up to the stairs for a hug and a kiss and a glass of that famous tea. I really miss that lady and everything we knew her to be. Hell, I even missed them little envelopes of like dollars worth of change. You see, this is what I think of when I'm overwhelmed by the masses that have changed. The dynamics of what he should be and all we strive to be. I don't point fingers. I don't judge harshly. Heck, the only thing I can do is to know to always start with me. Now, like I said, that was something that I wrote 3 years ago. And it's crazy because I came to write this after thinking of a friend of mine who happens to be a straight guy. And we've been friends since we, worked together. So it's been, over 5 years or so. But this particular friend, he showed a lot of courage within our friendship because he never cared about what people thought of him being friends with a gay guy. And I commend him for that. And one morning I was thinking, I'm like, where does this come from? Or where could it come from? And I started thinking about the men who, instilled certain things in their children, positive reinforcements and, just, very good life lessons, things that carry on with people, whether they know it or not, you know. And it just started making me realize that it starts with just one person, you know, and that's why I ended off with the writing as, you know, all I can do is to know that it always starts with me. So maybe I can follow in someone like my great granddaddy's, you know, legacy when it comes to, you know, being a man myself and instilling that in, you know, hopefully if I have kids one day, my kids, my nieces and nephews, you know, because it takes a village, you know. Not it's everyone doesn't just have, you know, just their dad, you know. For instance, with me, I had a host of men that contributed to my life, and you know they're the reasons why I am who I am, you know, because of all the things that I've learned, you know, from my Uncle Emery, the Uncle Tyrone, Uncle Derek, Uncle Breeze, you know, my stepmom's side, you know, Uncle Arthur and Joe and Ronald, you know, all of the men, you know, that has played a part in my life. You know, I have them to thank, you know, and this writing pretty much was to pay homage to them and to let them know that their actions have not gone forgotten. And I don't care if the actions are from the very smallest gesture to the most significant, you know, thing that, you know, someone could do for you. You know, it doesn't matter. The spectrum is not that important of what you did. The fact that you were a man who, you know, took the responsibility to do whatever it is for, you know, this other person, you know. And that's pretty much where the inspiration came from. Like I said, it started out with a friend, you know, and really thinking about how did you how did you get to be where you are. I'm sure, you know, if he was here, there must have been some type of influence of, you know, and I mean, it might not be a man, you know, because I don't think I've ever shared this with him, but it might not have been a man. It could have been a woman, but it just made me think of, you know, my family and how the men in my family are not, you know, they're not the types to run away from their responsibilities like how our black community, you know, that stereotype that's placed on us, you know, that our fathers just leave out and run. There is some truth to that, don't get me wrong, but, you know, I have the firsthand experience of seeing men be in their children's lives and be a part of them and do for them, and it's not just about money, trust me, it is not. You know, the time that a man can take to, you know, invest in his child is so important, you know. And so, you know, my friend just made me think of that, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. Hopefully you guys can, you know, take that and maybe it'll help someone. I'm not too sure, but that's pretty much what I wanted to share, and to let you guys know that, you know, you show me love, I show you guys love. I love love, and it is Father's Day, so hug a father, kiss a father, love a father, you know, just let them know. And I hate to say this, but especially for black fathers, because, you know, they don't get the recognition that a lot of them deserve, because there are a lot of great fathers. Specifically my father, I haven't talked to him in a few years, but I do love him. I love my father. It's taken me to mature and for me to really understand the significant role that my dad played in my life, and I appreciate him for being the best father that he knew how to be. You know, as a person, you know, he's a human before he's my father. So I, you know, have grown to understand and appreciate him for, you know, who he is. I haven't spoken to him in a while. So if anyone in New York who knows my dad, if you're seeing this, and if you have a way to get in contact with him, you know, shoot him my way, because I want to talk to him. I don't have a number for my dad, but I would like to visit him very soon. And yeah, I just, you know, I love my dad. I love all my uncles. And I just, wanted to just shout out the men in my life and the men out there who are doing their things. All my Facebook friends, guys that I went to school with, Columbia High School, Decatur East Side, what's up? You know what I mean? I see y'all posting stuff with your kids, and that's commendable. You know what I mean? So from one man to another man, like, I commend you on taking care of your kids. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, then no one else will. You know what I mean? Not the way that you as a father, could. So I just wanted to leave that with you guys, and love you and have a blessed day.